What's up? It's Henry, and this is Forever Poverty. Now we're going to do a new challenge. It's going to be $100 to $5,000. We're going to mainly focus on options. However, later on we might get into stocks as well. So I'm going to go over a few ground rules that we want to keep as we trade, some speculations that we're basing our trades on, and then I'm going to go over the last 3 days. Now, I actually started this challenge 3 days ago on Wednesday, and I wasn't able to record anything because I had so much cramming to do because of midterms, so now I'm doing it on Saturday. So to keep everybody up to date, I started on March 4th on that Wednesday. Now, a real fast disclaimer, I am not a professional at this. If there's anything you guys disagree with that I say, please put them in the comments below. I want to read that, because if there's anything that I can improve on, or if there's anything that can change my mind that makes sense, I'll listen to you. And also, please do not trust me 100% and put your money exactly where I put it. Please don't. I want to be liable for money. I am putting up a risk for myself. I don't want to see a bunch of people in the comments section saying, "Oh, you said to buy a put on this day, and now I lost all of it." Please don't put me there. I don't want to see it. Please. This is just my money, my decisions, my speculations, and let's start the video. So the 3 ground rules that we are trying to do that we cannot break is, well, the first one, we're going to always stick to the speculation that we have made until proven otherwise. What I mean is that if we believe that the market trend is downwards, we're going to only buy puts. And if we ever buy calls, it's going to be for like a day trade. We're never going to hold a call because we believe that the market's going down. Now, the second rule, and it's going to be really hard for me to do because panic selling is the thing, but we are going to only make a trade when there is a reason to. Again, it's going to be super hard, but I'm going to try my best. Alright, so the current speculation that I'm using to trade is that COVID-19 is going to make the market crash. Or at most, it's going to slow down the economy and the markets are going to go down. Now, the grand theory, right, is that the coronavirus is going to be the start of the 12-year bubble burst. So all the way from 2008 until now, the markets have been steadily increasing, and it looked like there was no stopping. And during this 12 years, a lot of shit has gone down. A lot of things, a lot of problems have really been just pushed aside, like underneath the covers, and no one's dealt with them. And I believe that the COVID-19 will spark a crash that will end up revealing all these hidden problems in our market. Now, there's a lot of controversy over the COVID-19 virus, and that it shouldn't be such a big deal. A lot of stats saying that 80% of the people who get the COVID-19 have mild reactions. And I agree that for someone like me, I should not be worrying about this. If I get COVID-19, if I get the coronavirus, I'm probably just going to walk it off for a few weeks and then be fine. However, for me and like many other people, we have people in our lives that we love very much who are much older. For example, my parents and maybe some of your grandparents. And so my concern is that the more people who get the coronavirus, the more the coronavirus spreads, the more likely it is for people like my parents to get it and perhaps have a serious issue with it, a serious condition with it. And therefore, I do not want that to happen. I love my parents very much. And the last thing I want to see is them on a hospital bed. Therefore, I believe that at least some of us, of that 80% where we'll only have mild reactions, do have this underlying concern, and is why this virus should be a serious issue. So to wrap up the speculation, I believe that the market is going to go down, maybe even crash, and it'll start with the coronavirus, but end with something much more serious. So with that, let's start with day 1, Wednesday. So on Wednesday, if you weren't following the markets, a bunch of stocks rose. With that, Apple rose as well. Apple rose constantly, and It peaked at 4 p.m., so it basically never dropped. And so this is where the speculation begins. I believe that, again, the coronavirus is really not respected and that things will get worse and the market will go down. So the trend is down. So because Apple went up and reached this peak, I decided to buy an Apple put on this day. I bought this put at around $3.59 at a very, very discounted price of $100 starting this challenge off. The put that I bought had a strike price of $245 and it expires on March 20th. I chose this time because I believe that within a few weeks the coronavirus problem would have peaked and it would be the safest bet. So with that, we wait for day 2 on Thursday. So it's day 2 Thursday, and it is a great occasion. Our put increased 51% to a total of $151. But because of my speculation, I believe that this wasn't the end. I believe the end is most likely going to be a few weeks from now. So it's going to continue to drop, so I decided to hold this put. The market did market things, so it rose up a bit, it fell down again, and by around 3 p.m., my puts were around $200. I think it peaked around $220. Now this is when I went to StockTwits, and StockTwits, if you haven't used that before, has a lot of random shit. It's like a bunch of nonsense, but every once in a while, there's that one person that posts something good. Right? And this was one of those times. I saw a person post that China's production levels have reached around 90% and they're close to achieving back to 100% and everything being all right. This compounded with my relatives in China saying that they're all going back to work, school's starting up again, showed that there was a serious issue that might occur in the future. It was like a warning sign signal. Understand this, I still believe that the market is going to go down. However, all it takes is just one article that says Apple suppliers and all of China is back in business. And then Apple's going to go up and we're going to lose all our progress. So I decided to sell my Apple puts for $204, giving us a nice 100% increase. And then I used that money to get into Bank of America. Now I understand that Bank of America is also tied to China. However, I don't see an article saying China's suppliers are back in business affecting Bank of America as much as, say, Apple would. So it's kind of lowering the risk of this future outcome that I don't want to see. So I bought 2 puts on Bank of America with a strike price of 26 that expires on March 27th. And I got both of them at a total of $215. Now I understand, okay, before you jump on me, the math isn't adding up. I sold my put for $204 and now I'm pulling out $215 basically out of my ass. And I'll admit, I really did pull it out of my ass. I actually added $11 to my account because I didn't want to miss out on these puts. So now we wait with 2 puts valued at $215 and we see what's in store for us tomorrow. Now I held on to these puts because of another speculation that I have for Friday. Basically, I believe that no one in their right minds would want to hold a stock over the weekend, 2 days where so much shit could happen with the coronavirus. And so there should be a steady increase in my put price or steady decrease in the stock market as we get closer to 4 p.m. So the plan for Friday was just to hold it until closing and see what to do next. All right, so now it's day 3. It is Friday. Friday was a delicious day. Bank of America dropped 5% when it opened on Friday at 9:30 a.m. Putting our 2 stocks at a value of $350. So a 59% increase from the day before and over 200% increase from our starting point. Unfortunately, the market kind of went up a bit right afterwards, and I broke our ground rule 2, and I started fumbling around, buying and selling, and really making a bunch of day trades, and I ended up losing 40% of our profits. I really gotta learn how to control that panic. So our total at this point, which is around 11 a.m., was 310. And I decided to control my losses by not investing in $100. Therefore, no matter how bad things turn out, I still have the starting money. So with $200, I bought 2 Bank of America puts with a strike price of 24.5 that expires on March 27th. I used the limit buy to get an insanely low price of $1 each, or $100 each. So I had about $200 in options and $110 saved up. The price that I got was close to the lowest point that day, which was great. So from then on, the market started going down and my put price started going up. I peaked at about $371 that day until something weird happened. Now, I don't know if you were following the market on Friday, but everything went up for no reason. And so I lost basically most of my profit. So I decided that this might have been some kind of good news, and I sold one of my Bank of America puts for $108, or an $8 profit. After I sold it, I started to research what caused this rise. So I started reading a bunch of articles. I was trying to find articles, and I looked at stock twits. I literally could not find anything. The closest thing I could find was Elon Musk tweeted something, and it said, "The coronavirus panic is dumb." So this random increase in prices was really unknown to me. However, at this time, Apple rose about $7 from $282 to $290. And the put option that I was previously in, that around 11 was at a price of $4 or $400, dropped all the way down to $228. So I did something really, really risky. This made no sense to me because of our previous speculation that no one wanted to hold a stock over the weekend. This is when I took a risk. I bought an Apple put for $186 with a strike price of $240 and an expiration date of March 20th. This was an insane purchase because even on the graph it didn't show that it got this low. Now I call this risk because I went in blind. I have no clue why the market moved up, and I'm only getting in on this because of my speculation that the market will continue to drop and that over the next 2 days something bad will happen. So with that, we conclude day 3 of this challenge and the week. So this concludes the video. I hope that this is going to be an educational experience for you as we learn together, and I hope that you have fun watching this. If you have anything you disagree with, anything that you want to say, or any questions, please leave that in the comments below. I want to see them. I want to know your opinion. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. Tell me anything you want to see, any improvements you want to see. I hope that we have some fun.